I don't like that. Sophisticated man, that's who I am. I walk around, I stroll. I look to the left, I look to the right. And when you look back at me, and I said, "Show you're right." You become afraid. That's what it is.
That's already blessed to you, and the energy that's already here for you, because you are an energy being and you come from an perfect energy source. So all of this stuff is available for you for your benefits.
Motivation Mondays on Transform You Live Radio with your host, Minister Dr. Marcus Hart. Transform You Live, the only place where real transformation broadcast.com. That's transform.broadcast.com. For more information on Marcus Hart and other exclusive services and events, visit MarcusHartEnterprises.com. That's Marcus H-A-R-T Enterprises.com.
Hello, my people, and we are back. We are back for a special, exclusive late night show. Can I get a hey now? See, that was a little hey now. It's not a big hey now. Why? Because it's been a while since I've been with you guys this late at night. But I'm up and I'm ready because I care most about you guys. I have a very awesome guest for you, and we've been going hard all day. We did about a total of 4 set mix already. We did 4 set mix today. I can't believe it, including a 30-minute set by yours truly. That's right. I did one for you. So once these recordings are added to the website, and if you're not a part of the website, I encourage you to get joined in with us right away. That's at transformubroadcast.com. Transform the letter U. broadcast.com. Make sure you get hooked up, join my community of friends as well as the world-leading experts, and bring your friends so you can meet their friends and become friends with everybody. And then we all be friends. That's the way it should be. We're all about spreading love here and exchanging positive vibes. So what's new? What's new? What's going on? Now, there's not really much. I'll tell you that much now. There's nothing really new that jumped out to me today as I was looking on the news and as I was just congregating with anybody. But, I will just comment on the earlier shows. Motivation Monday, was geared to provide everybody motivation, including, myself. I need a little bit of motivation too, which is why, we made sure that we got awesome people, right in your earlobes, and just to please your soul and get your soul fired up and ready to get forward and moving on your purpose so you can begin to make necessary transformation, not only one time, but transformation is daily, As I told you before, we all about just restoring your inner power so that you can buy into your purpose and start transforming. Okay, transforming your life, but also the lives around you, because we need you. We need you on this show, and there's a world out there waiting on you to share. Well, enough of me talking. So let's talk about our guest for today. Our guest, what can I say most about him? First of all, he is a fellow veteran. He served in the Marines, and he is a guy who teaches others and inspires others to reach their full potential. He's been seen on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram, and if you're not following him, you are missing out, because he is a guy that's full of wealth, full of all these great nuggets and tips and all these success strategies on how to overcome adversity. And speaking of which, his newest book is called Overcoming Adversity. And who I'm talking about Life Coach PJ. Some of you may know him as P. John Velcourt, but he's best known as Life Coach PJ. So without further ado, let's hear for author and professional life coach, Life Coach PJ.
Thank you for that wonderful introduction, Dr. Hart. I really appreciate it. Thank you very much for having me on the show tonight. And we're gonna inspire someone tonight. If not everyone, we're gonna inspire someone tonight to find their life's purpose and start working on that.
Definitely. And, we're just humbled, and it's truly a blessing to have you on. It's not common when we get to, get people like yourself that, just reach out to us and want to connect to us, connect with us, so we appreciate it.
No, thank you, and I appreciate you having this platform for people like me to come and just, give our message and show our gifts and talents and share them with the listeners out there.
Nice. So tell us a little bit about yourself, PJ. I know I said a couple of things, but let's hear it in your own words.
Well, like you said, I am a veteran, United States Marine Corps, 5 years. One of the most interesting experiences. I learned a lot, loved it, serving my country, and just picked up a lot of life skills being a Marine. And currently I'm a life coach, an author of the book that you mentioned, Overcoming Adversity, as well as a professional inspirational speaker going around trying to inspire those, that's going through different adversities and different things to just, find and live up to their full potential.
Definitely. Wow, that's definitely more of what we need. We definitely need more people and more coaches. So with that said, why did you decide to be a life coach? There's so many, people out there right now who host the title of coach, or they want to be coach. But for you personally, what did it mean for you?
For me, what it meant was that I wanted to help people, and I just wanted to inspire and motivate. And I felt that I was good at doing it, talking to my friends, coming across people that I talked to. I just felt that it was something special about the advice that I gave, the way I motivate them. A lot of people are like, oh, I give good advice, but it's just something in me that just felt, what, I need to hone in on this. I need to tap into this. And I went and got the education in it, and here I am today, Life Coach PJ.
Nice. Looking back on your 5-year career as a Marine, and from what I know, Marines are taught to be leaders and taught to just be servant. Would you say that a lot of those skills has crossed over into your coaching style?
Oh, definitely. One of the things that I teach a lot of my clients is just the way my brain works. I feel it's a solution to any problem. So being a Marine, that was beaten to our heads, and I even think before I became a Marine, it's just something about a problem that I just have to figure it out. I just can't say, be defeated. No, okay, if this doesn't work, let's try this, or let's try this, let's try this, let's try this. And these are good skills to have in your life, because a lot of times in life you're going to come through an adversity that just may knock you down, or things may not go the way you planned them, but you have to come at it another way and keep getting up. So definitely a lot of those skills transfer into being a life coach.
Awesome. Now, when you say solution to anything, people hear that and they say, well, what about this? What about that? They make all these type of excuses. But, what do you say to those type of people? What is the initial thing you usually say?
Well, usually everyone has different issues, but when you get down to the core of it, I want to say almost 100% of the time it's something within them that caused them to be in the situation that they're in. So kind of have to get a laser approach to dig deep, because it's barriers on the outside. Okay, they're blaming this person, they're blaming this, they're blaming the situation, but when in reality it's something going on within to lead them to where they're at. And my job is to find whatever that is, attack it, and kind of reprogram the mind from this negative thinking to putting in a more positive aspect and figuring out how to overcome these things that come with life.
Right. Awesome. Now, before you became a Marine, was there ever a time in your life when, you can remember when you needed, some type of, reprogramming and priming to come out of the funk? And what was that funk?
Definitely, I would say I had a child early, so that was definitely something. My oldest daughter, I had her when I was 15 years old, so that was definitely something I needed to get, help with reprogramming my mind and, being a childish kid and have to grow up real quick of having a kid at an early age. So definitely that was one thing before I became a Marine. But even after I became a Marine, life threw more adversities in me, in which I describe a lot of them in the book. And one of the biggest things, actually the first chapter, is titled The Divorce, where I go into me meeting my ex-wife, us getting married, and some of the issues that we had, and eventually, dissolving the marriage and some of the things that came with that. So that was definitely one of the things that I had to use all the skills and kind of change my thinking with dealing with that divorce and also dealing with having a child at an early age.
Wow, man. I like the fact that, you didn't let these things, stop you, and you kept trucking along, and you learned how to, use it to, help others. So how exactly did you overcome your divorce?
That was very, 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 very tough. But one of the key things that I put into my head was, I'm going to make it all about my kids, and I'm going to make it about my ex-wife. So whatever she wanted to have, she can have. You can have this house. You can have this. You can have this. Because at the end of the day, it's kind of like a death of a family. So I kind of wanted to make it as painless as possible as I could. So, whatever she wanted, she could have. I instilled in my kids that, we're still a family, and they can see that me and their mother still gets along. It's just, we're just separated, but at the end of the day, we're still a family. So I put my ego aside and just, I made it work because of the kids. So that was one of the key things, and if I could give any advice to somebody that's going through divorce, and if you have kids, if you make it about the kids and not about yourself, it'll be less painful. A lot of times couples go through issues because they're thinking about themselves, or, okay, who is this person dating, or I want this. It came to a point where I just let go of everything and, just focus on those things.
Yeah, and the divorce rate nowadays is so high, man. And then you see a lot of families that's not together, as they, as traditionally, they used to be back in those days. But what kind of encouragement do you give to those who are really struggling to just let go and not look back?
It takes a lot of courage, and it's a lot of fear, but it's something that you just have to let go, because a lot of times we hold on to resentment. So I kind of help, when it comes to the clients, kind of help them release all of those things and a lot of those animosity, because a lot of times we behave in certain ways and we don't even know why it is. So, going through different exercises, we kind of get to the root of the problem and figure out, okay, this is why you feel this way, or this is why you won't let this situation go. So we work on different ways of just letting go certain situations. And when you let go, it's like you're free. It's going to hurt at first, but in the end of the day, in the long run, you're gonna get better. It just takes time. Time heals all.
Right. Yeah. So and let's talk about your coaching for a second. You have many different clients you probably talk to, and when they come in initially, what is it that you exactly do, as a life coach for them?
Basically, what I do as a life coach, I help my clients set and define goals. So different things that they want to set for themselves, because basically I'm working for them, so I work together with them to set and define goals that they come up with. And I help them achieve this through motivation and encouragement and holding them accountable for the goals that they set for themselves. Basically, my whole job is to ensure that my clients achieve everything that they have set for themselves. So sometimes in life we just need that person in our ear pushing us, giving us encouragement, or bringing things to light that we wouldn't necessarily see by ourselves.
Definitely. Because sometimes people take they have a different understanding of what a coach does, and but you definitely hit the right points here. You said bringing things that they normally wouldn't see the light, and that's definitely the qualities of a good coach. Was there any point in your life where you wish you had a coach, or you had a coach, or someone that you would look back on now and consider a coach?
Actually, yes. Where I got my training, Reverend Valerie Love, she actually trained me and that's where I got my coaching certification from, Destiny Coaching Academy, and I learned a lot from her, a lot, and she kind of guided me into this area of my life where I am right now. So I would definitely say Reverend Valerie Love played a big part in me being where I am today with regards to the coaching.
Yeah. I had my own personal coach too, once upon a time. But there's still a lot of people out there, a huge percentage of people out there who don't think they need a coach. What is one thing or a couple of things that you can tell them to make that leap and say, man, go ahead and do it, and you got some things you really need to address?
Well, I'll say it like this, a couple of ways. One thing, if you keep doing the same thing, you're going to get the same results. So why not try it? And I always tell people this, if you don't like it, you can always go back to what you've been doing. So it's one of those things where you got to take that leap of faith and try something different and get the results. And if it's not a life coach, it could be a close friend, because sometimes we get coaching in different aspects. But if you want that professional coaching, somebody that's certified, then you can seek out a life coach, and you can look up different ones and whoever you gravitate to or whoever you feeling. But I would definitely say it's something that you should invest in. We invest in different things. We invest in nice cars. We invest in nice homes. So why not invest in improving ourselves with a life coach?
Right. Yeah, and that's definitely what it comes down to, making an investment in ourselves. So, I definitely would recommend also, I agree with you that people invest more in themselves, to get these goals accomplished. So tell us a little bit about your book, Overcoming Adversity.
Okay, basically the book, Overcoming Adversity, I basically talk about different adversities that I've been through as well as people that I know in my life. Some of the adversities covered are divorce, fear, sexual molestation, loneliness, heartbreak, you name it. All these adversities that we go through in our lives, I talk about them, I give advice. The book, basically it have you laughing, it have you crying, and overall it's just something to motivate you and let you know that, what, I'm not alone in this. Someone else went through this, and they did this, and they did this to get through that situation.
Okay. And how many pages are in the book?
The book is 125 pages, and there are 13 chapters. And basically each chapter, I can go through them real quick, is divorce, the molested 2, the heartbreak, the felon, the religion, the abused, the lonely one. And all those chapters just, talk about different things. Some, like I said, that I've been through, as well as people that I know. And, it's something in here for everyone, I believe. Something in here for everyone.
Awesome, man. So the one, I'm looking at fear, so fear, have you, you must have personally went through some fear, and what was that?
With regards to the book, I actually talk about a story when I was in basic training, and we had the swim qualifications, and I didn't know how to swim. Even though I'm from Miami, I never knew how to swim. So it was a big fear that I had to conquer, and we had a week to learn how to swim. And so I go into the different feelings and different things that I had to go through with regards to that. And one of the focal points in that chapter is one of the drill instructors, she actually let me drown because I kept grabbing the side of the pool. So she took me to the middle, and I kind of spazzed out, and I just started sinking. And it came to a point where I couldn't get to the surface of the on top of the pool. So I just stopped fighting. So I laid my hands out, kind of like if you can envision me on a cross. I tilted my head back and I just let my body sink. I was like, okay, I'm gonna die. And so at that point, I just gave up. And then she grabbed me and then she pulled me out. And after that, I passed the rest of the qualifications with no problem. The key thing in that was that fear was gone. My biggest fear of drowning happened, and I was alive. So after that, it was no more fear for me. I passed the rest of the qualifications with no problem.
Nice. And, and that's sort of what life is like, fighting to get to the surface. And then, we fight so much to get to the surface that, eventually we just give up. So would you say that experience right there, kind of gave you a bigger aspect on life too?
Oh, definitely. Because you have to be willing to take the punches that life, gives your way. You just got to be willing to take them, and they may knock you down, but you have to get up and you have to keep fighting. Even if you give it your all, and that's all you can do. That's the best you can do. So if life just knocked you out, as long as you have breath in your body, you can fight. That's just the mentality that I have. I just have to fight. And life is a fight, and you just have to, just give it your all. Sometimes you need that coach in your corner to tell you that you can fight, because you're more powerful than you even know it. You have so much strength and potential in you. Sometimes you just need that somebody to just bring it out and just show you that, hey, you can do this. I believe we all have some sort of special talent that we can be in, but a lot of us, we're not in that. A lot of times, we're in the 9-to-5 and we're not happy. It's just to pay the bills, but it's not necessarily our life's purpose.
Oh, man. I like it, man. You definitely speaking my language right now. I'm really enjoying this conversation right now. You're really giving us some great nuggets here. So with it being Motivation Monday, where's the best place for anyone to get motivation from?
Motivation. Well, nowadays you got YouTube, you have church, you can go to my website, lifecoachpj.com. You can get motivation there. So it's what kind of gravitates to you as far as motivation. Some people is music, some people is relaxing, watching certain shows. So everybody has different things with motivation. Me personally, it's kind of like music, or just going to different motivational speakers or inspirational speakers, just to kind of fine tune it. A lot of times the messages we hear before, but sometimes we just need to hear that again. Just like, okay, you know what? Just pump me up a little bit and get me through the rest of this day, or get me through this situation that I'm going through.
Yeah, I agree with you. So there is many sources of content out there, and like you mentioned, music. Music is definitely a powerful one. So what's usually on your radio? I gotta ask.
Honestly, I don't stick to one genre. I listen to rap, hip hop, pop, gospel, you name it. If it's something country, if it gravitates towards me, I'll listen to it. I just like good music, and a lot of times, good positive messages. But sometimes, I have the hip hop side, the rap side. So I would say everything. I just love music in general.
Cool, man. We definitely gotta appreciate the craft that these artists put into deliver us great content. Speaking of which, what inspired you to write your book? It sounds like you just written a great piece of work here. What inspired you most to do it?
Basically, what it was, I got my bachelor's degree, and I was thinking about going to get my master's. But I was like, you know what, I wasn't really feeling it. I kept putting it off, and I was like, you know what, do I want to get loans? So I was like, you know what, instead of investing in this degree that I don't really want, let me take that money and let me invest in myself. So I got the training, kind of like a triangle. I wanted to do life coaching, I wanted to be an author, and I wanted to be a professional speaker. So I invested my money into getting the proper training in those areas. And when it came to the aspect of writing the book, I took a seminar on how to, write a book and get it published. And something just came to my head about, just adversities. I just was seeing on Facebook, hearing different stories of different things that people went through. So I just wanted to write something to motivate people, to let them know that, you know what, this is not unique to you. Other people have gone through it, and you can overcome it. The original concept was actually, which is a sensitive topic, which regards to sexual molestations. A lot of females that I know, they've been sexually molested, and they have never reported it. And a lot of the perpetrators were family members or family friends. So I kind of wanted to tell their story. So the book kind of started around that, and then I just decided to expand it to different adversities beyond just sexual molestation.
Oh, that's fantastic, man. I like that. There's a lot of women that need someone to be a voice for them. So that's excellent work, and I commend you on that. One thing I heard you say was after you got your bachelor's degree, you said, well, you know what, I'm not going to get this master. I'm going to, invest it back into myself. What type of advice would you give someone, who's kind of like struggling rather not, to make that plunge, that same plunge you made, with rather than school or just becoming an entrepreneur?
I would say a lot of times you have to just go with your intuition, your soul. It's calling out. A lot of times we just don't listen to it. So I decided, hey, I'm going to go with my instincts and listen to it and go against the norm. And, of course, I'm not downing anybody that wants to get a higher education. I learned a lot as far as getting my bachelor's with regards to writing different things. But it comes to a point where you feel that, you know what, this is not for you. Then you know what, you may not necessarily want to go to a university or a college, but, hey, take some courses, take seminars into the craft that you want to go into, whether it's cooking, it can be real estate. Just take that plunge and invest in yourself. If you're going to get loans to pay for this degree, then why not just take those same loans and invest it into taking courses in something that getting training in something that you will love doing. And if you love doing it, whether it brings you a lot of income or not, you'll be satisfied. But most of the times it's going to bring you abundance with regards to money as well as love and as well as everything. Just we look for abundance, not just money. So we want abundance with regards to life.
Right. Right. You know what? I'm thinking back on it. I should have took my college loans and invested early.
Hey, we can, give somebody listening right now maybe deciding what they want to do. So, we can kind of steer them away from doing that if they're not feeling it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, because I did so many crazy things in my financial way. Oh, man, you sent me back to a great place. Okay, man. But, yeah, so yeah, and what we're talking about right now, and what you're helping us out with is we're talking about transformation. That's what this is all about. So what would you say to someone who wants to transform their life? You just said it, but let's really focus on it now.
Oh, okay. We can go deep when it comes to transforming someone's life. And I actually have 5 key words that you need with regards to transforming your life. So the first thing you're going to need, the first key word is truth. First, and it sounds simple, but it is hard. You have to be truthful about the situation that you're in. Because if you don't have a good assessment of what you're in, you don't even stand a chance of transforming it. So one of the people that are real honest, if you think of alcoholics that go to AA meetings, one of the first things they do when they go to speak, they say, hey, my name is such, and I'm an alcoholic. That person is standing in their truth. So if you want to transform your life, you got to stand in your truth. So the next thing you will need is desire. So you can be in your truth all day, but if there's no desire to make that transformation, then it won't happen. With regards to me, when I decided to transform my life, I couldn't sleep. It was in my head all the time, so that desire was burning, stopping me from getting a good night's rest. So that desire was there. So the next thing you're going to need is receptiveness, which means open. You have to be open to the things that are going to come, because when you decide to transform your life, it's going to be some things that's going to come. Some of those things are going to be good, and some of those things are going to be bad, but you just have to be receptive to whatever's coming, because you're changing your current situation. So that hurricane is going to come, but it's not going to stay negative for long. And then the next thing you're going to need is planning. You're going to need a plan of attack. How do you want this new life to look? Where are you going to work? What you going to do? You got to have a plan. You just don't want to jump out in it. And, of course, the last thing is just execution, which is one of the hardest things. You have to pull that trigger on it, saying, hey, you know what, I'm not going to work anymore. You know what, I'm not going to be in this abusive relationship, or I'm not going to, hang around this person. Whatever it is, you got to pull that trigger and execute it. So you need truth, desire, receptiveness, planning, and execution. So those 5 key words could help anyone transform their life.
Man, you just gave us some great information there, man. Some great nuggets, some great things to pack in our rucksack, so to speak, and start making that hike towards life, man. I like it. We really enjoyed you, man. It's truly a blessing to have you on. If individuals want to get in touch with you, what's the best way to do that?
Best way, they can go to my website, lifecoachpj.com, and I have a bunch of motivational, inspirational articles with regards to motivation as well as relationship, or they can email me at lifepurposeliving@gmail.com. That's lifepurposeliving@gmail.com, or they can reach me by phone, 818-927-1129. So they can reach me in those 3 different ways. I'm also on Facebook, Instagram, as well as YouTube under Life Coach PJ.
Okay. And can you just repeat back that website one more time for us?
Website is lifecoachpj.com. Lifecoachpj.com. You put in the search, it'll be the first thing that comes up. And like I said, there are wonderful articles on there that get you motivated and, have you laugh in some of the articles. But lifecoachpj.com.
Nice, man. We definitely appreciate you being on. Very, very humbled to have you on, man. It's always good to have a fellow author and coach on, and just exchanging vibes, and just helping the people, and motivating the people, and giving them special advice like the way you just gave us tonight. So is there any final words you want to leave us off with?
No, I just want to say, first of all, just once again, thank you for having me. And to those listeners out there that's interested, the book, Overcoming Adversity, is on Amazon, Barnes & Noble, anywhere you can buy books. And I just want to leave you with this, that you can do it. I did it. I'm no one special. You can do it. Just take that time and invest in yourself. As far as investing in time, cut back some of the TV, cut back some of the Facebooking, and put that time into getting your life to the way that you want it. Find your happiness, but just, invest in yourself, and you can do it.
Awesome. Totally awesome. So, there's a question I always ask all of my guests that come on, being that we are in election season and the presidential election is coming up this November. Now, is there any favorites or any opinions you have on the current election season?
Oh, this current election is very interesting. I would just say to people that we're in the age of technology. We can find anything. So I would say just do your research. So, I'm at a point where I'm continuing to do my research, because everything that you see is not necessarily what it is. So I would just challenge everyone to do the research on whatever candidate that they're feeling is their favorite, or whatever issues that's coming up. But definitely do your research, and I'm still continuing to do mine on all of the candidates.
Absolutely. And I'm finding a lot of people right now that they're unsure about who to pick. There's a lot of people here to do research, so you're not alone there. We're all in the same boat right now. So, and that's a good thing. It's just it's just driving us all to be better informed and and not be so quick to just, like pick someone. So cool. So yeah, man, we greatly appreciate having you on once again. And to all of my listeners out there, it's been fabulous just enjoying you guys today on Motivation Monday. You have some awesome guests. And once again, if you want to connect with Life Coach PJ, make sure you reach out to him via his website, lifecoachpj.com. You can also find him here at the Transform You Live Media Broadcast Network, the community of world's leading experts. Their friends are there. My friends are there. Won't you come on over, you be a friend too, and bring your friends as well so that we can all be friends. And, the way to do that is by signing up for a free membership at transformthelletteru.broadcast.com. That's transformthelletteru.broadcast.com. We hope to see you there. We hope for you to stay tuned. We do have an awesome show coming up tomorrow. Tomorrow is Transformation Tuesday. We have about 2 to 3 interviews that we're going to have. Look at the schedule. Sorry, pressing here. 2 interviews tomorrow, so make sure you join us tomorrow. Until then, many blessings, peace, and love to each and every one of you guys.